The B&H Cup is drawing to its conclusion. Sheffield have progressed from semi-final 1, and in semi-final 2, the Knights take on the Jesters. Newcastle already with a 3-2 lead from the first leg. It's B&H Ice Hockey exclusively here on British Eurosport. Hello and welcome to Milton Keynes Planet Ice for this semi-final second leg game between the Newcastle Jesters and the London Knights. This game rearranged from last week when the ice at London Arena wasn't playable. Well, with me tonight is Richard Beaupre. Bopes, I'm looking forward to this one, and I know you are too.
Paul, it couldn't be any closer. On November the 1st, Newcastle won the first leg 3-2. 6 days later, on November the 7th, the Knights traveled back up the M1 to take on the Jesters again. That was a 3-2 score, this time for the Knights after a penalty shootout. These teams have played each other enough times to know each other very well, and it's going to be very close here, especially on neutral ice.
Jesters may have won the first game, but the Knights are definitely favorites.
The Knights come into this game favored. They have been the more consistent team throughout the season, but you can throw all that away tonight. It's all down to who's going to make it to Sheffield for the B&H final.
Well, if the action here tonight is anything like the semi-final the other night between Nottingham and Sheffield, we are in for a treat. It was a 9-goal thriller, and if you missed the action then, take a look at this. Drouin goes back deep. Longstaff shadows out front. Drouin puts it up on the wing, and it was almost intercepted. No penalty on the play as Tate was dumped. He puts a little shove in. Tate is playing aggressive hockey. Longstaff flips it forward. No one there to pick it up. McCosh got it right in front. Right open net. Yes! The British boy does it nicely.
How smoothly was that? What a play by David Longstaff. Control, patience, head up. He knew exactly what he was doing. Great goal by Longstaff.
Another big hit. That comes right out front. Backhand, they score again!
The guy with the bad knee, Craigwell, throwing a couple of great hits once again. I said that he did that on his first shift. Big hit, he makes that play. Good aggressive forechecking. Slides the puck out to Metcalf. Quick backhander upstairs. 2-0 lead for Sheffield. Good hockey by the Steelers.
Weber is back in a hurry, bangs it off the woodwork. That comes all the way back to the blue, peppered right in again, stopped at the top of the circle. Weber doing a great job, got it in. Bouncing puck, goaltender down, it's in the net!
Nottingham are screaming about the fact that there was a player in the crease, but it isn't going to matter. The goal will stand. 3 goals now in 68 seconds for the Steelers.
Metcalf slows it down, takes it into the corner, slams on the brakes, gets it all the way back to McCosh. He's got the good shot, winds up, takes it. That deflects off 80's skate. McCosh, another one, winds up, goes upstairs again and hits a body. Schultz fires it up, a chance now. You see Drouin goes in, fakes, oh, so nice! Oh, beautiful. Drouin on the breakaway. Short-handed goal. That's what they needed. That's what this crowd needed. 40 seconds left on the power play. Sebastian squeezes his way through. That comes all the way back. A chance for a shot directed towards the goal. Goaltender down. Oh, the referee blew the whistle, but the puck gets squirted through. Short took the shot.
It was a pass from Brabant. Brabant there to capitalize after Short directed the puck back at the net.
Patterson now rockets that down the ice. A chance now for the Panthers. Things are happening. Shot right on the target. That was good stuff as Garden went down. Another shot. Goaltender down to score. Pack took the shot. Hadden got a deflection.
Craig Hadden was perfectly positioned just to nicely tip the puck. Shot earlier by Garden. He collects. Pack shot. It's off Craig Hadden's stick. Second goal for the Panthers.
This has been a better Nottingham period. I don't know what Dampier, the coach, said to them between the the end of the period and the start of this one, but he did something. They've come out flying. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Watch for Longstaff. Longstaff shoots, scores! So nice. Craigwell set him up. Oh, yes. That's gonna hurt. .25 seconds left. Levine got it up. Struch to Drouin. Drouin shot, scores! Oh yes, that was nice. 21 seconds left on the period. What a way to finish it.
It's that man again, number 17, BC Drouin. Does this crowd ever love him? He's got to be the catch of the year for Nottingham. He's one of the top players in this Super League.
Willis just throws it over on the wing to Tate. It's really academic now. 26 seconds. Oh, well is it? BC Drouin with 24 seconds makes it 5-4. That's his hat trick.
That's a goal a period for Drouin. What a shot this guy's got.
All important face-off. Brabant against Haddon. It's kicked over onto the wing. Garden gets it back. There's no one there to pick it up. And there goes the buzzer to end the hockey game. The Steelers go back to congratulate Mike O'Neill. A gutsy performance from the Steelers. They were battered, they were banged up. A lot of players dressed. We knew they wouldn't play, they knew they wouldn't play. But in the end, the Steelers come out on top 5-4, and they march on into the final. Okay, let's go back to tonight's game. Well, as we said earlier, if the team's Secunda Super League positions are anything to go by, then London are the team to beat. But in the Cup, anything can happen. The recent results between the two sides reflects their league positions. Although in their last meeting, the Knights only beat the Jesters on a penalty shootout. So tonight, we could be in for a tight and tense affair. So let's take a look at the two teams. London Knights with Chris McSorley behind the bench. Bope's solid goaltending.
Absolutely. Trevor Robbins has played in 7 games in the Benson Hedges Cup. 93.5 saves percentage, 1.57 goals against average. He's the only goaltender in the B&H Cup to record a shutout.
They'll be without Claude Jutras tonight.
They are without Jutras, but up front, Paul Rushforth has got 8 points. Jay Neal with 8. Mark Colasar also with 8 points. They've got guys that can put the puck in the net.
Well, the Newcastle Jesters, Jesters by name, but they're serious hockey players. Satosari, a great goaltender on his night, some good stay-at-home defensemen.
They do have some solid defensemen. Mosner, McCausland is the one guy who has great offensive ability. Darren McCausland in 10 games played, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in the B&H Cup.
The last time these two teams met in the B&H Cup, Oates picked up a hat trick. He'll be one to watch.
Absolutely. Matt Oates, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points in this competition. He can put the puck into the net.
Andy Carson is the referee for tonight's game. Matt Thompson and Kevin Westney are working the lines. London Knights in the lighter jerseys are playing from left to right. And here we go. Finally, the second leg of this semifinal is underway. Sorkin back deep. Oates back behind the net. McCausland pumps it back in. Pops back in to Sheldon. Sheldon slows it right down. Archeoma in there in a hurry. And London now trying to get it out of the zone. Long pass up to Firschweiler. That didn't click, and Sheldon goes back again. Milton Keynes is the venue for this neutral ice encounter. Richardson flips it in the corner. Emanen goes back in a hurry and collects. Emanen, a little move, gets it up to Poirier. Poirier runs into trouble, and we have our first penalty of the hockey game.
Penalty going against the Newcastle Jesters. It's going to be an interference call.
Keiko sits for two. 19-17.
Just off the puck, that play happening. Andy Carson easily made the call.
Kolsar with a chance to let a shot go, he does. That deflects off a stick. Bobbling puck along the boards. Rushforth goes in a hurry. Kolsar gets it back at the blue, dances along the blue. The return pass. Kolsar looking for places to go. Tries to get it through a crowd. Rushforth on the far side gives it to Richardson. Bobbling puck comes back to Kolsar again. Has problems momentarily. And that's shot down the ice by 32, Joel Poirier.
Paul, this is one area that the London Knights are going to want to look for some improvement in their last 5 games. With the power play situation, they have scored 1 time in 26 opportunities.
Giveaway there as Tommy Solo picked it up at neutral ice. You got 1:15 left on this power play. Giveaway there, shot right on the target as Fenton was right there to collect the giveaway pass. 2 giveaway passes by the London Knights in a matter of seconds on this power play. A long, hard driven puck into the corner. Oates tried to get a handle on it. Kolsar, who's still out there, drove it in. Emanen off the boards. Fenton on the backhander gets it through, and that bobbles down into London Knights territory. Again, a giveaway. Fenton winds up. Save is there. And McCausland fires it to the far side of the rink, and we have a stoppage in play out there with 17:56 remaining on the period.
Well, the London Knights looking a little unorganized with the man advantage. Fenton getting a great shot off. That's a good pad save by Trevor Robbins. The whistle has blown, and Andy Carson is looking for a player to come to the penalty box. He had his fingers in motion as he was trying to count the number of players on the ice for both teams.
Face-off will be just outside the Newcastle zone. Lacroix goes over to the referee. They've opened up the penalty box finally.
Andy Carson wants a player to go and serve the penalty. There is already 1 player in the penalty box, Keiko, for the interference call. 40 seconds left on his penalty, and now Newcastle in a 5-on-3 situation here as they'll have to kill off another penalty. Too many men on the ice.
Good call by Carson. They're going to have to make these changes with more precision. Brunella goes along the boards. Lacroix stayed right on his tail. Newcastle allowed a lot of time in the corner to pick it up and flip it down the ice. Sorkan goes back deep. Lacroix shadows and then backs off in neutralized territory. 11 seconds on the first penalty. Brunella calls for it back at the hash marks, kicked away and eventually shot down the ice as McCausland got a piece of it. 5-on-4 now as number 33, Artu Keiko, gets back on the ice. Still no serious shots on goal in this power play situation. Brunella tries to feed it through right on the target. Good shot coming from Yarema. Goaltender made his first key save of the game, and a chance now for Oates. Oates going down, let the shot go. It deflected away off a stick. And what did the Newcastle Jesters have for tea? They are flying in this one. A chance now with a 2-on-1 situation. Yarema winds up, good save by Satasari. Oates on the far side gets it out of the zone. 40 seconds left on the power play. Kolsar gets it from Robbins right up on the wing. Right at the blue line. Offside is the call. Marchand coming in quickly on the right-hand side. He's new to the team. The stamp in his passport is still dripping. Number 9.
Terry Marchand from Buffalo, New York. Couple of good saves by Satasari on that last shift of the man advantage. Brendan Yarema with 2 good shots. 2-on-1 situation. Yarema electing to shoot. That's a good save.
Number 24 for the Newcastle Jesters, Tero Akaloma, receives 2 plus 10.
Brunella feeds it up to Sorkan, but he had slammed on the brakes. Emanen gets it away from Yarema. Lacroix puts it out into neutralized territory, but Brunella is there to snatch it and throw it to the far side. 12:43 remaining on this period. London now throwing the puck around. Long floating shot into the corner. Brunilla goes in there. That bobbles back. Yarema trying to tee it up. Good save by the goaltender. That was an awkward one. Thrown up on the right wing, or left wing rather, to Poirier as he breaks over onto the right. Trying to go through Brunilla. Poirier's there. Just jabbed at it. Brunilla stayed with him, but he still got the shot away.
Poirier kept his concentration and with one hand got a pretty decent shot off. Robbins had to be awake.
Robbins trying to do the poke check there. McCausland now backing off as London bring it through neutral ice territory. Richardson can only backhand it. That bobbles up in the air and over the plexi, and we have another whistle on the plate. 12 minutes and 1 second remaining on this period. Good look at Rob Wilson, who's picked up 3 goals in league play in the last 3 league games. Sova against Richardson. Knights win that battle and take it into their own zone. 4-on-4 hockey out there. This leaves lots of space. That goes through Sova's legs, and McCausland is back deep. Marchand shadows out front and comes back. McCausland tried to feed it through, and that didn't happen. Sheldon back with Richardson, gets it over onto the near side. A long pass up on the wing is going to be icing. That didn't connect as the London Knights get back to full strength with 11 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on the period.
The idea was right. Randy Perry had just jumped onto the ice from the penalty box and was looking for that long pass, but unable to touch it, and the Newcastle Jesters got back first to create that icing call.
Nice pass up to Marchand. Marchand with Kolsar. Marchand breaks through. Kolsar's right there, and eventually it was cleared away at the last moment by Keiko, who eventually gets up, throws it to the far side, but Perry is there. Perry shot, goaltender down, loose puck is right there, pushed away, penalty coming up. Marchand's going against the Jesters. Marchand goes back for it, throws it along the boards. The goaltender at the other end of the rink is off the ice. They have an extra attacker. Now the whistle's gonna go as the Jesters touch it, with Poirier getting the touch.
It's a holding call going against the Newcastle Jesters. Keiko making his way over to the penalty box. Wide open hockey continuing here. That whole play was built up very nicely by Pat Ferschweiler. He had killed off the London penalty, found himself on the ice all by himself, waiting for a line change, and then he very patiently fed the puck ahead, and Marchand really got things going. A close call between him and Kolsar going to the Newcastle net. Keiko guilty of grabbing a hold of one of the Knights, and he now sits for 2 minutes.
Kolsar goes back. Sorkin is back with him. Richardson breaks onto the right side, and here come the Knights right up the middle of the Rushforth. Rushforth hitting the blue, going on the backhand side into the corner. Wilson stays with him. Kolsar's free on this side. Salonen is there, but they went to Wilson's side. He got a deflection out of it. Kolsar flips it back behind the goal line. Rushforth goes one way, but that deflects away and bobbles out of the zone with 1:25 remaining on the power play.
Kolsar going back for the puck. Mark Kolsar, a forward who plays the defensive position on the power play situations.
Oates along the boards, couldn't handle that. A shot! Rushforth drove that just wide of the target. Sorkin fires it back in, and that goes upstairs out of play. Golden opportunity there for the Knights to get on the scoreboard.
Big shot by Paul Rushforth. He's been quiet so far in this first period. Really got that shot off.
Face off just inside the Jester zone. 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the penalty. McCausland takes it for a short skate and drives it down the ice. Koivinoro in front of his own cage, right up the middle, throws it up on the wing to Brunilla. Brunilla slides it in the corner, but Oates is there, takes a hit from Ferschweiler. Brunilla moves in too, Comes back, Perry now with a chance to shoot. Winds up, shot wide of the target as that deflects along to the near side. Eventually comes down, big slash there by number 32, Urema. It's still in the zone. London fighting for every puck out there. A chance now, shot right on the target. Urema letting it fly from close in. Satosari comes up with the puck.
Well, this wide open style of hockey certainly suits a guy like Brendan Urema. He's been flying all over the ice. He's had a couple of good opportunities. He gets a good piece of that one, and Satosari again having to make a save and then clutching onto the rebound as Verschweiler was sniffing around, and the Jesters just able to keep him out of the play.
Face-off deep in Jesters territory. Still a 5-on-4 situation for the next 28 seconds. London moving everybody up to take advantage of the man advantage. Sorkin watched that one as it whistled by. And Robbins gives it to, well, no, he doesn't. He elects to leave it back behind the net. Sorkin was calling for it on the right wing. Kolsar rattles it off the boards, hits the back of the cage. Mosner goes after it. Mosner with Richardson right in his face. Mosner, a chance now. The backhander out of the zone as Neal moved in, tried to get a shot away. And Jesters are back at full strength with 3:47 remaining on the period. Wilson with Bedard. Bedard shoots. Oh, another save there as the goaltender is taken out of the play. There's going to be a penalty against Bedard for ramming Robbins into the net. Oh, almost the hero. Could be the GOAT now. Another delayed penalty against the Jesters. Goaltender is off. And as soon as the Jesters touch the puck, the whistle will blow with 3:20 remaining. Charging is the call. Bedard on the goaltender.
And Bedard's just picked up another penalty for mouthing off on his way to the penalty box. It's going to be a misconduct. Andy Carson did not like what he heard. Well, like you said, Paul, made the save. Bedard just carries on, follows through. There's a time when you follow through with your check, and there's a time when you don't. Bedard goes in on the net. This is one time he probably wishes he hadn't followed through as he sent Robbins flying into the net.
Face-off just outside the Knights zone. 3 minutes remaining on the first period. Still no score in this hockey game. It's been wide open. Sorkin tries to pump it through to Rushforth. He gets there. Wilson right on his tail. Marchand in the corner, gets it back to the blue line. This is good stuff from London. Bobbling puck into the slot area. A little poke check there by Saworsa. Marchand back to the blue line along the boards. Rushforth couldn't get a handle on it. Saworsa chops at that, tries to send it along the boards. Kolsar is there, dropped by Marchand. He's all over the ice, held it, and a chance now to shoot. Sorkin winds up, shot hit the post. Oh, you can't get closer than that.
Great heads-up pass earlier from Marchand. That gave Sorkin a lot of time, a lot of room. Big blast off the goalpost.
Pass up the middle. Kupka feeding it up. A chance now. Goaltender down. Kupka right in front as Fenton got in there. The poke check steered it away. Oates missing the check there. Chin, who hasn't seen a lot of ice. Richardson out there with Chin. Puck goes along, Sorkin puts it up high, Chin stays back, Oates tries to drive it away, Sorkin is there to grab it, feeds it across the ice. Immonen on the far side of the rink gets it away from Richardson, who missed his check and went into the boards high. Richardson to Chin, Chin trying to poke his way through past McCausland. That didn't work. 20 seconds now left on the period, and this really has been an eventful period for both teams. Richardson goes back to collect. 10 seconds left on the period. Richardson coming up, gets away from Archioma, who's back on the ice. Lacroix got a tip on it, tried to feed it through. We're not going to have time for another shot on goal. There goes the buzzer to end an exciting, fast-moving, very physical period. But after 20 minutes of hockey, there's still no score in this hockey game. welcome back to Milton Keynes as we get set to start the second period. Semi-final second leg. London Knights playing from right to left. Still no score in this hockey game. The Knights lost the first leg 3-2. And so it's all about coming up big in this one if they want to move on in this competition. Sheffield are already in the final of the B&H Cup, December 9th in Sheffield. Bedard is in the penalty box on a 10-minute misconduct. Both teams are at full strength out there, and Robbins grabbed that nicely as it came out. Sorsa tried to get it in front of the net, but Robbins was quick to get the glove on it. It's been tight, to say the least. The chance now with Mosner taking the shot wide of the target. Archioma whistles that right in front. Mosner goes after it. Koivunoura was right on his tail. Suorso couldn't trap it, but eventually got it. Gave it back to Mosner, but that was a dangerous pass. Koivunoura was right on his tail. Immonen fakes one way to get it away from Yarema. That comes along the boards to Archioma, and the referee was the sandwich in that incident. Ranilla along the boards. Mosner being held. Suorsa taps it back off the boards, and Immonen elects to go high off the plexi. Long shot coming in from Perry, close to being offside. Mosner whistles that along the boards, and that goes all the way down the ice. No icing call with 11 minutes and 8 seconds remaining on this period. Both teams changing up as action continues here in the second period. Long pass up. Walker goes after it. McCausland right on his backside. Penalty coming up. Jesters touch the puck, and after a long time, we have a call for holding the stick.
It's a penalty going against Newcastle. Louis Bedard has just come out of the Newcastle penalty box to join his teammates. He's been over there by himself for a while. McCausland all over his man. He's got a hold of the London player stick, Darby Walker, and McCausland going to the penalty box. 2 minutes for holding the stick. He's not convinced about the call.
Neither am I. It looked 50-50 to me. Both players doing a bit of clutching and grabbing with those sticks out there.
It is very close checking, as you said, Paul. The players are working hard, but they're just not giving an inch either way.
Well, the first period was wide open. A bit of a coach's nightmare when you see shots coming from all angles. So they've obviously had a chat between the periods and said, hey, let's tighten it up a bit. Stay with your man, and let's not give away so many quality shots out there. We have another puck on the ice, and a very kind fan threw it back on. 1 minute 56 seconds remaining on the London Knights power play. That comes through the circle. Kolsar, watch that go through the skate. Back on the attack now. Poirier rather. Poirier jumped by Sorkant, and Poirier turns around and grabs Kolsar right in front of the referee. Neal drives it in. Wilson gets back and fans on the clearance. Rushforth is right there, tries to get the shot away. The save is there, and Lacroix gets it as far as the blue line. Sorkin dumps it in the corner. Wilson taps it to the far side. Loose puck is still there. Knight still putting pressure on. Puck in the corner to Rushforth. Rushforth tries to get it back. The return pass to him. Kolsar winds up and misses the target. Sorkin with a chance, goes off his stick and out of the zone. London doubling back. Koivunoura goes for the far side and misses it. Rushforth. Lacroix steals it from him, and the clearance with 53 seconds remaining on the power play goes all the way down the ice. Perry is there. Oates is there too. Koivunoura breaks up the middle. Perry takes the puck on the left wing. Perry with a burst of speed. This is good stuff. Upset, they score! Yarema finally puts the London Knights on the scoreboard. Power play goal.
It's the Knights' 8th power play opportunity in the game, and they finally make one pay off. Brendan Yarema has been all over the place. He's had 2 or 3 good opportunities in this game, and he finally makes this one pay off in the slot, gets a good piece of it, drives it into the net. London on the scoreboard. Perry dishing that puck off. Urema with a shot. Sanasari looked handcuffed. The end result is goal number 1 going to the London Knights.
Marchand shadows, Poirier collects. Poirier can make things happen. Breaks through neutral ice, hits the red line, tries to feed it through. Some good stuff from Marchand, who's playing one heck of a game. New boy with the team. You got to remember, he's playing on big ice surfaces in this country. Not the kind of thing they're used to in North America. Wilson. Shadow coming from Richardson. Lacroix looking for places to go. Giveaway there, and we have another stoppage in play. Slashing call. And again, it's London who will have a man in the penalty box.
Brian Richardson questioning Carson on the call. Firstweiler is already in the box. Two-handed slash from Brian Richardson right at the blue line on Eric Lacroix. Richardson will join Firstweiler in the penalty box. 5-on-3 now for Newcastle for another minute and 4 seconds.
4 minutes left on the period. Now we'll see how they stand up defensively, the Knights. 3 players against 5 face off in neutral ice territory. Oates, who picked up the hat trick in the first game, is out there. Neal drags it back. Long drive through. Swarsa along the boards. Mosner picks it up, drops it back, and here come the Jesters back on the attack. Arkeoma, the Finn, comes up, slides it back to Oates. Oates off the boards to Mosner. Mosner gets it over to the far side to McCausland. One-timer upstairs, great save by Robbins on the stick. Sorkin at the second attempt can only get it to McCausland. Swarson. Mosner winds up, goes for the far side. Arkeoma, Oates is right there. Power play goal, big goal.
It is a big goal because they're still going to have a power play opportunity as Firstweiler comes out of the penalty box. Richardson is still in there. That is a big goal. Newcastle have now scored 4 goals against London in this semifinals, and all 4 goals have gone to Matt Oates. Oates had a hat trick at Newcastle, and he rams that rebound in off the shot of Mosner. Mosner teeing it up, driving it at the net. The rebound is there, Arkeoma's there. Oates gets a piece of it, he puts it into the back of the net.
Big swipe by number 23, eventually crosses the goal line. From the face-off with this 1-1 scoreline, 3:18 remaining on the period, and 1:13 remaining on the power play. Jesters back on the attack. They got the man advantage once again. Flipping it in, all the way down. Brunilla swipes at it and drives it down the ice. Urema tries to go after it. Kolsar tapping it through, and the Jesters sliding it over onto the open wing. Urema skating like a man possessed out there, with Sheldon going in and throwing a check. Kolsar gets it back. Brunilla drives it as that's deflected by Fenton. Both teams have picked up their work rate. Kolsar back deep, off the boards, trapped nicely. Wilson wants it on this side, comes back to the blue line rather, and there's no one there. Fenton was a couple of yards away. Rink-wide pass, and number 33, Keiko, slides it in with 20 seconds left on the power play. Fenton tried to get it out front. The net knocked off its moorings, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 2:15. Face-off in Jesters territory. Marchand punches that to the far side. McCausland off the boards, comes up to the blue line, but stays right in there. Shot deflected away at the last moment, and Jesters clear it out of the zone as Firstweiler took a shot, and as I said, it was deflected away with 20 seconds now remaining on the period. That squirts down the ice. McCausland is there, and now we'll have a face-off at the other end of the rink. Icing the call. Both teams shooting the puck down the ice from their side of the red line over the goal line. And you can only do that if you are a man short through penalty. Arkeoma moves into center and gives instructions to Emanen. Kolsar is told to get out of the face-off circle. Arkeoma tries to get it out, but Neal had won the face-off. 10 seconds now. Back behind the net. Oates shadows on one side as that goes up the middle. Neal with a burst of speed has Kolsar. Kolsar's shot deflected away by Emanen. Swarsa goes into the corner, but the buzzer goes to end the second period. A goal from each team makes it 1 goal apiece. Yarema for London and Oates, who else, for Newcastle after 40 minutes of hockey. It's all tied up yet again. Welcome back. Third and final period coming up. 20 minutes of hockey here. Andy Carson has the teams together, drops the puck, and the London Knights, playing from left to right, started up. Sorkin to the far side. Both teams at full strength, which has been a rarity in this hockey game. McCausland touches that, and we have an icing call right from the opening face-off with 13 seconds gone on the period. Change the center for the Jesters. Swarsa goes in, comes back, and Marchand got it. Sorkin let it wide, and the goaltender came up with a key save. Satosari steered it into the corner. Sova on the far side thought he had it. Granilla on the backhand. Wilson goes after him. Keiko back behind the net trying to get that away. Big grab there from Darby Walker. Gets away with it. Batted down nicely by Sorkin. Sorkin gets it out front. The one-timer, great save on Granilla. Goaltender coming up big yet again. Kolsar takes it into the corner. Takes his time. 2 seconds left on the power play. Gets it across. Jesters back at full strength. That goes upstairs. Kolsar, a shot. Ricochets to the far side of the rink and goes over the blue line. And the Jesters are back at full strength.
London didn't score, but it was a nicely set up power play. Lee Sorkin and Rich Bernilla from their defensive positions almost making it happen for the Knights.
Satosari came up big when he had to. Shots raining in from all angles. London have had several quality shots on goal, and this guy has pulled off big saves.
Lee Sorkin had read the play, fed it nicely to Bernilla. That's a great save from Satosari.
.41 left on the hockey game. It's all tied up at 1 goal apiece. If it stays like this, the Jesters go through. They won the first one 3-2. 4-on-4. This will open it wide up. Perry, nice pass to Kolsar. Pumps it in the corner. Arkeoma on the bounce. Put it along the boards. Loose puck is there. Lacroix couldn't grab it. Backhander tips into the corner. Granilla didn't want to put it back behind the cage. Now he takes it back into the corner. Lacroix hasn't got anywhere to go, so he just flips it out of the zone.
The official call on those penalties are Sorkin for London for slashing, Salonen for Newcastle, roughing.
Oates picked it up as it drifted right to him. Good forechecking from Poirier and a great save from Robbins.
Oates again, the danger man for Newcastle, just about putting another goal in the net for the Jesters.
Oh, and another penalty. My. I'm not too sure about this. This is a penalty-filled hockey game, but a lot of these are questionable.
Kolsar's going to feel that's justice, as he's the player brought down. The hooking call going against Oates. Earlier it was Kolsar given the penalty on a hooking call against Lacroix that looked a little suspicious.
Number 23 for the Newcastle Jesters.
3 minutes, 19 seconds remaining on this third period. It's a 4-on-3 situation. The Knights with the extra man, and usually at this point in a hockey game, a referee would put the whistle in his pocket, but Carson is calling everything. Oh, just wide of the target. Rushforth gloves that down and takes it for a long skate. So whistles the play down. Face-off will come out of the zone. There's no way you can grab the puck and take it home with you.
You can if it's your puck.
Absolutely, and the game is over. But we still have 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. From the face-off, just outside the zone, Perry. 56 seconds remaining on the coincidental penalties. Perry tries to jam it in. The second attempt goes wide of the target. Brunilla back at the blue line, wanting things to come his way, and he gets it. Brunilla winds up, fakes the shot, directs it to the far corner. Perry is there. Lacroix goes after him. Net is off its moorings, and eventually. But how did that come off the post? Well, there isn't a post. It's just weighted, and that's probably one of the problems.
Well, there wasn't another player within 20 feet of Sadasari, and all of a sudden the net came flying off its moorings.
Well, there is a bit of a wind from the far end of the rink when the door is open. If the referee sees anyone deliberately pushing the net off its net, then it could be a penalty. Face-off in the zone with 2:45 left on the third period. Sadasari off the plexi, whistles that down. Brunilla back of the blue line, taps it forward. Neal fakes the shot, looks around. It's still a 4-on-3 situation. Neal drives it for the top right-hand corner, just wide of the target. Sova goes after it. It's still London's puck. Neal back at the blue. Brunilla with time ticking down, 14 seconds on the coincidental penalties, 59 seconds remaining on the second penalty to Jesters. A high chop gets it out of the zone. 3 seconds now as Robin comes out, and it's a 5-on-4 situation now as Salonen comes back on the ice. Sorkin is right there to grab it. Puck is on the far side and drifts away. Lacroix sees it, Sorkin sees it. And we have 1:52 remaining on this hockey game. If it stays like this, the Jesters will be in the final against Sheffield. Mosner skates back in a hurry. Emanen gets there first, rockets it off the boards. It comes out past Brunilla along the boards. It's frozen there eventually, and we have a face-off. Whoa, this is tight.
There's still 15 seconds left on the Newcastle penalty. The time is not in favor of the London Knights right now. Anxious moments for Chris McSorley behind the London bench.
A tie will mean that the Jesters go through because they won the first game 3-2.
And the aggregate score would be 4-3 after 2 games played.
Sorkin whistles it to the far side. Knights applying the pressure now. They've got to throw everything forward. Swarsa goes into the corner. No one wants to pop it out. Knights are back in a hurry. Sorkin lets a shot go. Cleared away. It's still not. Marchand is right there. Goaltender is down and makes the save. .118 remaining on the hockey game. And quickly gets it out of the zone, so the Knights have to come out. Koivunorio drives it right back in. Wilson goes in. Wilson picks it up, flips it, and at the second attempt it gets out of the zone. Less than a minute remaining on the hockey game. London trying to get it off a long pass.
I have to say, it's always Carson is a little the Super League more than the other referees, but maybe a little bit too much for both teams tonight. It was very tough to kill all those penalties all night long, and unfortunately for us, Tommi Satosaari, he was absolutely fantastic in our net tonight.
You had a hot goalie, but you also have Matt Oates, who's been hot for the last...
Scored three goals last game against London, and he scored 3 goals against 5, and he's been hot, and he's playing well. But I have to remind that he is one of the best penalty killers in the country as well.
Well, you know, I felt that for even us having to play in this venue here tonight, a nice venue here in Milton Keynes, but things have got to get together at the league level. We shouldn't be in this building, and we should be at a home venue. We earn the right to be at home.
December the 9th, you come up against Sheffield Steelers. How about that one?
First of all, I want to say that we haven't, or this organization, this club has never won there in the Super League history, so we want to be the first one.
The game shouldn't be taken out of the players' hands. You put 2 teams on the ice, let them decide who's going to be the winner here, and I'm just sick to my stomach, and I don't feel that the fans are going to have a chance to see the best 2 teams go at it in Sheffield.
Well, Chris McSorley clearly not happy. With me now is Richard Beaupre. Bobes, what did you think about the game tonight?
Well, Newcastle came into the game with a 1-goal advantage. They didn't try and sit back on that. They kept pressing the attack. It was a good skating, close checking game all the way down through to the final buzzer, and I just think it was down to bounces, and Newcastle got the bounce when they needed it.
Well, let's take a look now at some of those bounces. There were lots of things going out on the ice. Sorkin here taking a big shot, bouncing it off the post. Satosaari coming so close.
Point blank shot from Lee Sorkin. He really let that one go. Satosaari happy to see it go off the post.
Now Perry is on the move for the London Knights, and watch this setup. Lovely little drop pass, the shot, beating the goalie for the first time. Yarema getting a goal in the second period.
Good work from Randy Perry. He was up and down the ice all night. The defenseman going to the offense, laying the puck off. Brendan Yarema stepping in, not wasting any time. It's a power play goal, and the first one for London. Yarema having time, getting it away quickly. Satosaari unable to come up with the puck.
Well, London thought they were home and dry, but they forgot about this man, Oates. Mosner lets a shot go. Oates bangs it in the net for his 4th consecutive goal in 2 games.
Matt Oates just can't do anything wrong against the London Knights. Mosner's shot goes to Trevor Robbins. Arkioma's there for the rebound, but it's Oates who has the final say. His 4th goal against the London Knights in Benson and Hedges play, and it's the first one and the tying goal in this game. Right on the doorstep, Oates making no mistake.
27 seconds left of the hockey game. It's that man, Oates again. He finds the empty net and puts the game on ice.
How many times can we say it? Matt Oates seems to have the London Knights number. He just spins, directs the puck down the ice, and if anybody's going to get a lucky break, it's Matt Oates. His 5th goal, the winning goal in this game for Newcastle.
Well, Bobes, we now know who's in the final. What are your thoughts on that big game?
Well, the Newcastle Jesters are going to go into the House of Steel as the underdogs, but I wouldn't count them out of any game. The Sheffield Steelers will be at home with their huge group of supporters and will be going into that game as obvious favorites.
Thanks, Richard. Well, it's going to be a big game on December the 9th. Remember, it's live and exclusive on British Eurosport. Sheffield Steelers against Newcastle Jesters. Check your local papers for times. And if you want to be there with us, why not enter this competition? The question is, who were last season's B&H Cup winners? Answers on a postcard, please, to Ice Hockey Competition 2/3 Ledbury Mews West, London W11 2AE. You have to be over 18 to enter. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this game. We certainly have. Until next time, December the 9th, see you then.